webinar. It's Saturday, May the 3rd, 2025. And I'm coming to you through my phone off of a balcony in India because it's the only internet I have. And we have with us our lovely Jim Charles. Hi, Jim.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I'm good. I'm just sitting here. I would say sitting on the dock of the bay, but I'm sitting on the steps of the ashram. So maybe it's the same. I don't know.
Very
Was
good.
it? Thank you. So, Angie, can you say who we have in the room? Because I don't know.
I sure can.
Thank you.
Today in the room, we have myself, Jim, Krishnapriya, Adrian, Barbara, Christine, Yana, Michael, Radha, Salesh, Sierra, Susan, and Wendy.
Oh, great. So there's a lot of people that came in that maybe didn't write a request. If you can write it in the chat, that would be fantastic because we didn't hear from everybody that was here in the room. So if you have a request, please write it down. Angie, do you have some announcements?
I do have some announcements.
Okay.
Next Saturday from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Galactic Energy Healing student course is available. The cost is $150. I'm the instructor, and again 2 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in becoming Galactic Energy Healer, then shoot an email to classes@hucolo.org. I will get you set up to be registered for that class.
Perfect.
The second announcement that I have is that if you are a client of Jim's, Skype is leaving. And so we are transitioning Jim's, all of his accounts to Google Meet. We've already started at this point sending out sessions through the Google Meet link. We're finalizing the sessions, the account today, and today or tomorrow. And then that way, when Monday, when Skype shuts down, we will have the new transition in place. Jim is going to have a new Gmail address that is, it will be on his website, jim-charles.com. So all the information is on his website. If you are interested in a session, please go through the website. Everything on there is what you need to schedule a session with Jim. Jim, is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
Well, there's more information coming, but we just don't have it set up yet. But it will be with you very soon.
I'm going to send out a mass email to all of the clients, and so that we can get that set up with all the information that you will need. And then once that's set up, then we will have that all finalized. So again, you can still send information to jimreiki@gmail.com, but we are transitioning away from that email and transitioning to a channeling work email so that you can have that available.
But that's not available quite yet.
Not quite yet.
All right. Very good. If there's any questions, please email me at jimreiki@gmail.com. And I will try to answer them, either that or get in touch with Angie at
ASpeed.
ASpeed.
ASpeed 6456@gmail.
6456, yes. At gmail.com.
Why don't you have a Hucolo address yet, Angie? We'll get you set up with one.
I mean, I have classes@hucolo.org. That all comes to me.
That's much easier to remember.
Sure. Classes@hucolo.org. Anything sent to that email, I get.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So we will start with some blessings and we'll go in the order they were received. Yana, Barbara, I believe Wendy, Susan. Was there somebody else? Did I miss anybody? Sorry?
No, that's it.
Okay, great. So please, due to my technical difficulties, if you can, Yana, Barbara, Susan, Wendy, or Wendy, Susan, sorry. And if you can just, after the interpretation. Just go when he says he's ready. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Hi, everyone. These are the Arcturians. Stika artonomata ja nakaite, teort hantea tukurtoma nakaite, testike ortotu, haka antea tanakatarte ne mukoista kurtortoma ja hantai taite ja tarte neke oku. Haike anakataite, tista kurtoma kanaite tust. Ia hatakana antea nakata, est ortoma kataite tepa. Plakteos tekort mahai. Thank you, blessings.
The world has become a very difficult place in which to live. I would like you all to calm yourselves and live in love and peace and understanding. This is what is necessary for you to continue. If you let yourself be upset or let yourself go astray with negativity, you will find that there will be more problems and less solutions. Right now, we are in a time where we need to keep together and give each other solace, give each other friendship and fellowship. We need to be together so that our light will shine the best and brightest. Be loving one with another, and God will be with you also.
Toro hakana matisi, kushua pahi diato, da manakata hiki shiato, kuwarapata harakita, patoko shutu atahati, ninana patada tukushu, hayata akarata urukta, kiata habata, namaste.
Love must penetrate through this realm, and let all those that are loving and kind come through. It is a time when peace is needed, with settling is needed in the world. And it is time for us to bring ourselves into your realm and show you some of the ways that peace can be kept and that things can be improved. We do not want to run your world, but we do want to give you some solace and some understanding of what can be. Please bear in mind, we are not here to control.
Niara chi ni huira tata nia utuhu nia a chi a kuira mamba ti ni uro nia shira tahina ka nyach ti tuira nia ta apakati nustri ka insure nia afare niuro no kamarata Kiuroro to uini shino konya tata shuina nata kiurniu apapapionia ishuro no. Blessings.
God be praised for all the things that he does and all the things that he will do. Please keep in mind that you are part of God's mission, part of God's joy. He looks at you as each and every one as an individual, and he knows that you are all different, and he will deal with you individually. Do not feel that you are just part of a group, but you are part of one friend with God. He will see to it that you get what you need and understand what you are saying. Do not know that he is just there for others, but he is there for you. And if you give yourself to him, he will show himself to you.
He sika kuto e tia, he sayuku e titia sia, kia tutu sia, he utuia e kia kutu e sia e kitia. Hosaya e tita, sukutu e tita, sukuia e tita kukua. Hazia e kutu e sia, tutu e kia osi e te ututu sia e kitia e uku. Hazia kutu e tia, hutu e sia e kia, tututu e ki. Hosea yoko hiya ita hukuya sikaya tutuya yeki hasea yoko hiya kaya tuya yatia. Blessings.
Many hearts are turning to God, but at the same time, there are some that are turning away because they are discouraged and do not know what to do in this life. You must understand that you must seek your mission. You must understand that it is not just going to fall on you what is going to be with you all your life, but you must seek out your highest enjoyment, your highest excitements, and bring forth that which is part of you, and it is something that you can use to help the world. Some of you use your voice, some of you use your healing, some of you use your channeling, some of you will use other methods of gifts and understandings, but there is something there helping others and doing the things of God are there always.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So are we, Andy, can you do me a favor? And if I miss a request, can you tell me? Hello? Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Sorry, I was trying to unmute. I'll let you know if you miss anybody.
Okay, so our requests that we have are Tukur and Grendel, Quan Yin, Ish, the Tall Whites, and then there was some that
Merlin. Yep, Merlin.
Yeah.
Farah. Sasquatch near Mount Hood, and Tara. And let me see if there's any in YouTube. Nothing in YouTube.
Okay, and everyone, Angie's going to be watching YouTube today. So.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Are you good, Jim? Do you need to be read again or not?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay. All
All
right.
right. Let me make you presenter.
And also, can you spotlight Jim for me?
Yes,
too,
I'm doing that
also?
right now. Yep.
Great. Thank
There
you.
you go. Jim is spotlighted.
Awesome.
Spotlight here.
Oh, Wendy says the shining ones.
Oh, okay. I know
Okay, great. So whenever you're ready, and if I stop talking, it's because my internet died. So please just pick up and I'll come back as soon as I can.
Thank
All
you.
right, very good. Let's
Okay.
see. Think good thoughts, everyone, and we'll go into our sessions.
Yeah, have a great session.
Greetings, I am Elijah. There are many things going on in this realm at this time, and it is not for you to be losing your faith. It is time for you to just dig in and do the things that you know that you need to do in this realm. Many of you can be often dissuaded or discouraged or displaced in what you're doing and be totally unaware that you are needed in another place, that you are needed in a place where you have been before or you know that you're going to be, but you're all discombobulated with all the things that are happening in this realm. It is time for you to just press on in your mission. It is time to move forward. It is time to continue. Oh, I know some of you are already doing that. That is not to say that I am preaching to the choir. I'm only speaking to those of you that are getting detached from all the things that are really important and being looking at the things that are not so important. So this is a time to bring yourself into alignment with what God wants you to do, what God wants you to see, what God wants you to know, and how to do that in the most proper way. It is that there are things happening that you have no control over. Prayer is the only way to have any control at all over what is happening and control over those things in your realm. Pray for all those that are around you. Pray for all those things that you see that are happening. Pray, pray, pray. It is an energy that is unlike any other. Remember this. Remember that prayer, oh, all right, you can pray silently or you can pray out loud. No matter how you pray, that energy goes out. Meaning that even if you're silent, the energy of prayer goes to God. No matter what you think, the mind sends out that energy of prayer. The mind sends out that consciousness of prayer. Because what have you learned about consciousness in this realm? That it is far greater and far more powerful than you can possibly imagine. And as you are learning to uh, bring it into control, it will be more and more possible for you to have control in this realm. So prayer is something that is very needed and very positive and very loving. And you say, am I allowed to pray for everyone? Of course you are. Prayer is something that will be accepted by the subconscious. If you send out prayer to someone and they're not a religious person or not a person of God, they may reject it. But that doesn't mean you're not allowed to send them prayer. They may accept it anyway, because the subconscious knows what's best for them. And so when you send out prayer, it's like sending energy to that person, sending energy to the world, sending energy to God, and then God will send energy to what you pray for. So it's a big triangle. You send out the energy to what you're praying for, you're sending out energy also to God because he's hearing it, and then God sends out energy as well to whatever you're praying for. It may not seem like it's very powerful, but it is. Believe me, I've seen prayer work many times. I've seen prayer in action. And when there are many praying for one thing, that thing either gets better or it changes into something that it is not the same. So please be aware that prayer is your friend. Meditation also is a guidance, but it's more energy coming in than going out. And prayer is more energy going out than coming in. But blessings go in and out constantly. If you send out prayer, that can be a blessing to you as well. So that comes back to you. The thing is, with God, you never know what's going to happen. He can effectively bring great things to you without you even asking for it sometimes, because if you are in God's will, He brings those things, opportunities to you, and you may find them in your everyday life. Sometimes when you're looking at your computer or your phone or something of that nature, something may pop up that you just weren't aware that you needed to look at. But you then look at it and learn something, and God is teaching you something new. Many of you have been looking at your computers and things pop up in there that are teachings, learnings that you need to know, and He is putting them in front of your face. If you are in His will, He will show you what He needs for you to learn. I give you my blessings, my children, and much love.
Thank you so much, Elijah.
This is Quan Yin. Greetings.
Greetings, Quan Yin. Thank you so much for being here today with us. Before we have you speak to the person that requested you, can you give us a quick message? Is there anything that you would like to share with us?
I would like to share that my love is for everyone, and I would love to be part of everyone, everywhere. You see, the world is a very discontorted and dismantled place at this time, very separate, very individualized. People are losing track of their own individuality because it's being questioned and put down. Keep a hold of your personality. Keep a hold of those things that are you, because you must know yourself before you can do your mission. You must know who you are before you can help anyone else. And if you do not know who you are or are losing who you are, you must get that back. You must find it and bring yourself into your stabilities. I see that many have lost some faith over time because they see that the things around them do not please them. And so they figure they are not being smiled upon by God, or things are not doing well because God is not looking at them in a very kind way. But do not look at the world. Look at yourselves. Look at each and every one of you, how He has lifted you up and what He's given to each and every one of you. He has given you gifts and love and companionship and many, many things that you have so dearly needed and wanted in your life. Now, He will give you more. He will bring more to you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Was it Michael that requested Quan Yin or Adriana that requested Quan Yin?
I did.
Okay, Michael, why don't you go first then?
Greetings, Quan Yin.
Greetings.
I understand that you're the most unsung ascended master, and a lot of people aren't aware of that. Could you enlighten why and a little bit more, please?
I am not one that will boast of my own beingness. I am softer, kinder, and more gentle. Many do not know of me because I do not force myself into their awareness. But I am here, and I will find myself in their awareness if they would want me to be there. Many call on me for spiritual problems, for spiritual acknowledgement, and spiritual uplifting. It is time for the world to understand that we, as spirits and entities and whatever you want to call us, do not force our way in, but we are here to help when needed. I just want you to know that my love and guidance will be with you always.
And yes, I pray to you every morning, and I'll make this fast. And I'm going through a lot of stuff
Yes.
that burdens I can't carry, and just any words of wisdom.
You believe you cannot carry these burdens, but you are carrying them well. You are taking care of business as much as you can, and I will continue to strengthen you through these times, and I will strengthen everyone through their times of trouble. You are not the only one going through hard times, but I see that your times are very difficult right at the moment. And I want to tell you that I am happy with you and that I love you very much and that I will get you through this. This will be something that will build your character, that will make you a better person, that will open your eyes, and already has, to many different things. Remember that what you are going through, God has given you the responsibility to get through it. And you are someone capable of it. You have been through great things in your life, some very terrible, but this has made you a very strong individual. Even though you do not feel strong sometimes, you are very strong.
Well, thank you so much, Quan Yin. Blessings.
You are welcome, my dear. Be strong. I love you, and I will guide you.
Thank you so much. Blessings.
You are welcome. Blessings to you.
Thank you. Adriana has a question. Go ahead, Adriana.
Mama Quan Yin, thank you so much for coming today.
It is my pleasure.
You have been a great force and influence in my life, and I wanted to ask that you tell a little bit about yourself. You're often called the Iron Goddess of Mercy and are known for grace. And these are subjects that grace and mercy are subjects that we don't talk about quite as much. We talk a lot about love, but I'm hoping you can expand on these for everyone.
Yes, grace is once you believe in God and accepted Him as you into your heart as your savior, as your guide, as your love, then grace is something that comes to you whenever you are living your life. It helps you even if you do something wrong, it will be covered because you are doing it unknown willingly, or you're doing it unnotably, that you don't know what you're actually doing that's not good. And so grace will cover that. Grace will cover you when you are doing wrong and you don't know it. So grace is something that is a beautiful, beautiful thing from God. He gives you grace in your lifetime so that you may move through your life without sin. He covers your sins. He covers all that is not good in your life. And if you find yourself worrying about how good a person you are, how many things that you've done wrong, think that God and know God, that He will cover your sins with grace. And mercy is another thing. Mercy is what you must show to each and every one of your individuals around you. Mercy is something that takes you out of the turmoil. Meaning this, when God gives his mercy to you, that means he has forgiven something that was probably very solemn or dreadful. He gives you the mercy to continue, to be a greater person, to learn from that experience, to learn that He is there to bring you out of these dreadful times. And other than, unlike grace, which covers the small things, mercy covers the larger things. Mercy is that which is given to you when you ask for it. If you say, Dear God, I have done this wrong, and you know that you have done wrong, He will give you mercy. Whereas grace is an automatic covering of those things you don't even know that you are doing wrong, and that you don't even understand that you are doing wrong. But He will keep you in the light and keep you burning strong. Whereas mercy, He will come to you and forgive and give mercy and life to you where you feel that life is not deserved.
Thank you. I love you so much. You've gotten me through the darkest days of my life, and now I'm going to pass the mic.
Okay, thank you. Christine has a question. Go ahead, Christine.
1 second. I have to get Cat in order. Quan Yin, I have statues of you everywhere in my house. And one of the things that I have found that is so difficult for me to understand is the different nonprofits that I've worked for that deal with animals, particularly. The owners have so much burden besides the caring for what they've taken under their wing. And it behooves me that I can't, that I can only give so much. Like right now, I'm working with a bird rescue, and the woman, she has so many ailments that she came in, I guess, with this world to suffer for. Yet no matter what, she gives so much to these creatures.
Yes.
And I don't know if my prayers are helping her. I
Your
don't.
prayers always help, my dear. No matter what you think, your prayers always are a great energy to help. And she would not be able to continue without your prayers. You see, even though she is in pain, even though she struggles and has these things happening, the prayers push her forward, and her love for the animals push her forward. And she is able, through God's grace and God's energy and power, to do what she needs to do to help these less fortunate beings, these less fortunate creatures. So continue to pray for her and pray for all those that have needs, because it does help them. Without your prayers and without the prayers of others, she would not be able to do what she is doing.
Wow. It's kind of painful to watch the struggles of others and not know if it's it's something of a path that they chose.
When
And
you
am I interfering or taking away or?
No, listen carefully. You are observing something as a learning experience. Whenever you see someone in struggle, whenever you see someone in pain, and you pray for them and help them out with their struggles, you are blessed. And it is a learning opportunity for you to have more mercy on them and to have more compassion and understanding for what is going on. You have aches and pains in your life as well. And would you not want someone to be praying for you as well, to uplift you, to make you feel better, to keep you going, to keep you uplifted? So continue to do what you do. You see in her something of yourself as well, because you keep moving forward even though you've had setbacks in your world. Many of you here think negative things about yourself. You are not worthy. You're not doing the right things. You can't do it. But God is lifting you up, giving you strength, giving you what you need to move forward. I see several of you right here that are saying that I sometimes can't do it, but you can with the help of God. And you must look at yourself as a divine being in the sense that God created you and put a soul within your body. And you are a divine being in His eyes. You may not be a divine being in your own eyes, and you may not act as a divine being on this world, but He is bringing you into other dimensions and other understandings so that one day you can be like Him in many ways.
Thank you, Quan Yin.
You are welcome, my dear.
Thank you. Sierra has a question. Go ahead, Sierra.
Blessings. I just have a quick question. And is there any messages other than prayer and how we can guide and assist others during times of need?
Yes, there are other things you can do. You can, there are many things that I can think of right at the moment. One is make a prayer list and go through that prayer list every day. And you not just one person on your prayer list or one different thing, but the people of the world need to know that you are praying for them, and the world needs prayer as well. You must reach out to the world in prayer, in love, in compassion, and let them know, well, in your own prayerful way, that you are connected to them. You must send out healing. You must send out love and compassion. There are things in your own daily life you can actually um, send healing out to the world. Send healing out to those close to you. Send healing out to anyone. Everyone has healing in their bodies, in their hands, in their eyes, in their foreheads, and in the third eye area, and their hearts. Healing is something that humans are all about. When they are in the right frame of mind with God, healing is something that just comes out. And so send your healing out and make it sure that it is able to be used. Do not just keep it in, do not repress it. I want you to know that speaking to those that are everywhere, when you go out into the world, say hello, greet people, let them know that you are friendly, kind, and good. Because as people are looking at this world, they do not see many good and kind people here any longer. There, there are many that will help in times of need, of course, but day to day, you need to show everyone how kind and good that you are, and make them feel better about themselves and about the world around them. Many are suffering, and a kind word can be a very big help to them. And it is that whenever you are praying and meditating, make sure you intention your meditations and prayers to give out the best and most loving intentions to the world so that it may improve in some way. Do not dwell on the negativities. Do not dwell on the negativities. There's another really big thing that you can do to help the world and to help yourself. Do not dwell on the negativities.
Thank you so much. Blessings.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Be blessed.
Angie, is there any questions in the YouTube chat?
Let me check real quick. Question from Gary Piazza says, you are a gentle and kind wind in my life. My time with you as Gary, little brother of Sophia Dragon Tribe on Mount Shasta. Please share your essence of Sophia Dragon Tribe. And then he says, can you please explain to the group the Sophia Tribe and the Sophia Codex from Mother God and your seven sisters?
Mother God is someone that was the creator of humans, or the helpful creator of humans. She is an essence part of God, and it is still part of God, and is still doing the work of God. And there are many entities that say they are gods when they are not truly gods, but they are part of God. This is not what Sophia is. Sophia is actually part of God in the sense that she is the female thought process in the God awareness. And she is an understanding that is far beyond what mankind can know as female. And when we talk about God, we always say he, or many times say he, I shouldn't say always, but it is Mother, Father, God that expresses themselves to you, because in the God essence, the male essence as well as the female essence, they are together and they can be very strong. Women can be just as strong as men in essence. Does that make sense to you? They are essence wise just as strong and can bring out many things in this realm that are needed and purposeful. And sometimes it takes the female side to see what the male side cannot see, and the male side to see what the female side cannot see. And so that is why they are together. They are there to bring together male and female. They are there to bring out the essence of both in a very positive and strong way. I'm trying to speak to you about this in layperson's terminology so as not to confuse anyone. And if, Gary, you have anything to add to that, please do so. But right now, I see that there are many of you trying to understand male and female God, but they are one. They are together. Just as part of you, female, each female has a male aspect, and every male has a female aspect. It is there whether you admit it or not. It is always there.
Thank you so much. Was there any other questions, Angie?
Nope, there was no other questions, just that right now. Okay, wait a minute. I did just look and it says, Agyan Kayab, please talk about the 3 days of darkness. Is that done or is it coming?
The 3 days of darkness is something that has not come and is coming at some point, but it is not yet here, and it cannot be predicted, not until the time that it comes. Let me tell you why. Those 3 days of darkness are going to be sudden. They are not going to be something that you can say, oh, next Thursday, 3 days of darkness are coming. No one can predict them because they will come suddenly. They will come without prediction. They will come in a very quick way and unexpected way. The way they come will probably be more unexpected than you imagine. So the 3 days of darkness have not come yet. They are something of the future. And this is a sign of the time when those 3 days of darkness come. It will be a sign of greater darkness to come.
Okay, thank you so much. I believe that's all the questions we have for you, and it's been so beautiful to hear your words and to feel your presence. So thank you so much for being here.
Very well. Much love to you all.
Much love to you.
And I send my blessings out to few of you, especially those that doubt yourself, those that have no thought for succeeding. You can succeed, and you are going to be better than you think. I love you, and lift yourself up. Do not be so sensitive to all those that around you. You must understand God is sensitive to you, and He does not want you to be sensitive to each other in the sense that you take offense so easily. but he wants you to be sensitive to each other, that you show compassion more easily, that you bring love more easily, that you are be able to say, how can I help you more easily? Or you can say, I was wrong more easily. It is a time when these things seem rare, but we want them to be much more prevalent in the near future.
Thank you.
I will bring the next one.
Yes.
One moment, please.
I knew it was you.
Oh, I bet you did.
I did. I really did.
Yeah.
I heard you. I heard you growl before you even got here. So.
Alrighty then. Oh, all right. Greetings, everyone. Someone called me and I am here. I always like to come to these webinar things. They're a lot of fun, but I get to give my information to you as well.
Well, welcome, Grendel. It's always lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, you were requested by Yana, I believe. And
Now, Anna, greetings.
Hi, Grendel. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you.
Always
Thank you.
a big joy for hearing you and giving.
Oh, yeah. I'm a joy. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
you
what
are.
it is.
Yes,
That's what it is. Yeah.
So Grendel, the way why I asked you in is that we are in a heavy situation right
Yeah.
now. Some of us are losing faith and are feeling the burden a bit of all the shitstorm that is around us. And I would love to have your perspective on what's going on right now.
Oh, well, that's a
Big
huge question because it depends on what country you're looking at, what the situation is. There are many situations around the world that are all becoming a little bit more drastic and a little bit more dire. But
Yeah.
politically, the world is in a very sad state of mind. As you can see, there's a lot of things, a lot of freedom that's being misplaced and a lot of freedom that's being squashed. And there is a lot of uh, leadership that's not qualified. And even saying that, it doesn't change anything because it is here and it is here to stay for now, at least for the moment. I'm still working in the American government as a military leader, but I am with a group of military leaders that are very unhappy. So um, there is a couple that are happy, but most of them are not. What they see is not representative of a free country.
Yeah.
What they see is not representative of a free world. They look around the world and they see that there is much freedom being denied. There is much lying going on. There is much untruth being told. There is much propaganda, more propaganda than I've ever seen, ever. Trying to convince the people of certain things that aren't even true. So at this point, how can I tell you the truth when so many things are being lied about? The thing is, when I tell you the truth, you would say, is that possible? What is that? The thing is that the United States is no longer a democracy. not any longer. Whenever somebody makes hundreds of executive orders, that's a dictatorship. Whenever someone makes claims that they are greater than or equal to something that is greater than or equal to them, then that is something that is dementia or disillusionment. I see that some of the politicians in this government and foreign governments are disillusioned. They're disillusioned about the world at large. They're disillusioned about their own power. They're disillusioned about what's going to happen next.
Mm.
It is sad that disillusionment is part of the leadership of the world, but it is. I see 3 great leaders, supposedly great leaders, that are disillusioned about what is happening. They are going to take actions that will cause themselves more problems and cause the world more problems. So, as saying that, I cannot tell you what they're going to do yet because they have not yet done it. But I can see in the works many things that are going to bring a great deal of problems. Already the poor are suffering even greater than they've ever suffered before. And that's not going to change. No one is helping the poor. Yes, there are some people that are helping on their own, some people that are trying to do what is right, some people that are trying to help the poor get into situations that are better, but governments are not. Governments are not. They're trying to actually perhaps get rid of the poor in one way or another. So they are not trying to bring the poor into a livable situation, but they're taking the poor out. They're trying to destroy them completely. Now, that does not have to continue. Hopefully, it will not. But I do not see any changes at this present time that will mean that they are going to have they're going to change anything about the poor. In fact, they're just abusing the poor. So it is sad. There's nothing personally as part of the military I can do about that. But let me tell you this. Although it has not happened yet, martial law in the United States is a possibility. And the reason for that is that once the president feels that he is losing control of any part of the government, he will then call martial law. Right now, everyone is following suit because they know what he is like. They know what he is doing, but they cannot call him on it because they will be immediately discharged, spoke against, disinhabited by the president. He has power. He has taken the power. And if he is going to do anything, it will be when somebody fights back against him.
Yeah.
So anyway, that has not happened, and hopefully it will not happen, but I have a feeling that eventually it will happen. But the thing is, another thing that I want to say is also martial law in Russia. They are coming to a place where they cannot handle all the responsibilities, and they are not in a good frame of mind about many, many things that are happening around the world. Their power has been being questioned and taken away because of decisions that they have made. And others are not so much supporting them as they did before. Yes, there are still some major supporters for Russia, but Russians are not being supported by China, for example, as much as they were before, because there's many things that they are doing that Russia does not like, and Russia does not like what's going on with America. Russia does not like what's going on with other areas of the world as well, Taiwan and the continuation of all these different things. So it is that everyone is in a state of flux in the sense that they don't know what to do. They don't know what is the best thing to do for their countries, the best thing to do for their world, the best thing to do for themselves. And that's basically where it's at. They want to do the best things for themselves. They're not worried about the people as much. They do worry about the people, but not as much as themselves. They're afraid that they will lose power, that they will be disenfranchised. And they are worried about these things because the world is in that kind of flux. Anything can happen. And so they are looking for anything to happen. And so this is the kind of world. Pray strongly that they gird up their loins, if you know what I mean, and not be so disillusioned, because the disillusionment is what causes the problem. They make stupid decisions. The disillusionment brings about stupid decisions. And I'll say that for every country that has a disillusioned leader. And there's several. So there's not just 1, 2, or 3, but I can think of 6 countries right off the top of my head that have disillusioned leaderships. And they are not doing what they should be doing. So you speak to them and they bring their own very strange thought process to the foregrounds that doesn't make any sense for the world. It makes sense for them, but not for the world. So and then you have to say, but what about the world? You have to look at this in terms of the world, not just in terms of you and just your people, but the world. What is going to happen? All right, I'm done.
Okay, so I think that it takes a lot of effort to keep people suppressed. That takes a lot of force, a lot of manpower, and when people are feeling unhappy and feeling suppressed, there is an automatic movement upwards. If you put in the spring to in one direction, it automatically will go into the other. So what can people do? What do you think?
I think that people know the truth more than the governments do.
Yeah.
I think that most individuals see the truth, most. But I think they're not being told the truth, but they can see it by the actions. The actions are speaking much louder than the words that they're being fed. So the actions that they are seeing are the truth of the matter. And so as people are seeing the truth, they're moving in some way to oppose that or oppose the negativity. And that is good. But
Yeah.
they do not know exactly what to do to oppose the negativity.
Well, uniting is one thing. I think if you unite, you make a new force. If you stay positive and unite in positivity and in good energy and going towards the light and supporting each other,
Yes, yes,
that's always a force to be reckoned with.
of course, agreed. And that is what some places, what's happening in some places is just that. But what's happening in other places is confusion. They have not got their things together yet.
Okay. I don't have any questions right now. I thank you for your view on the situation right now, and I pray for big change. But I know there's a lot of light on that landed on Earth, incarnated on Earth, for this time. So I'm still very hopeful that somehow we will make a force for the good.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
There will be changes, I'm sure. And I'm sure the people will bring about changes.
Yes.
They just have not yet.
So, okay. So I wish you good luck with all your endeavors in a place that's not a nice place to be.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
So thank you, Grendel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Is there anyone that has any questions in our room? Because I didn't see any questions go up. And Angie, is there anyone on YouTube that has questions?
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read those?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
All right. Let's see. Gary Piazza made a comment. Ultimately, we are the ones we've been waiting for, not the politicians or the governments. The world needs us, not our governments. That was just a comment he made. Blair Hornbuckle says, does Grendel mean we have delusional leaders versus disillusioned?
Well, yes. Delusional and disillusioned come under the same category in some ways. But yes, disillusioned, yes. Yes, both. I would say both.
Okay, thank you so much. Spiritual love, it's a two-part question. It says, what is the meaning of irritable bowel syndrome, indigestion, and the solution? No matter what I do here, there is there's no solutions. The question is for whoever can answer it. Even this spiritual love did energy healing and real medicine, and it just keeps coming back. So that's pretty much your medical
Pretty
question.
much the question is this: why is it coming back? The reason for it to come back is because something is still not correct. There's either a spiritual disconnect or there's a thought process that is not connected, or because when there's a spiritual healing, it's usually complete if it's accepted in a complete way. But that's not always necessarily the answer either. But irritable bowel system is something that is maybe even a teacher to teach you how to be on guard for something else. I don't understand why it keeps coming back if it keeps getting cured. I have so many questions. This didn't give me enough information really to answer the question the way I would like to answer it, because I think that there's a lot more to it than just that question.
Thank you. Lena has a question, but I can't find it anywhere. And so, Lena, if you could please retype it because I don't see it anywhere in the chat. Sarah Torah says, the Elohim, would they come back and they aren't trustworthy? Are they? Are they trustworthy? She said.
Elohim is part of the El.
Right.
The word El means God. Elohim, they got a bad rap. Elohim is good. Elohim is positive, and there's people out there saying that they're bad. Do not listen to those people, because Elohim is not bad. Elohim was one of the founders of the world. Elohim was the speaker to the Jews. Elohim was the angel group that talked to this planet first. And so to badmouth them and say that they are not good is actually someone is doing evil, because the Elohim are good, and they always will be good. They're an angel group. If you don't know who the Elohim are, then you must learn who they are before you can say that they are not good.
Right. She is saying, is it the Anunnaki?
No.
How about the Anunnaki? Are they good?
The Anunnaki has good and bad people in it. They are a race of people. The Elohim are angels.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that. Bola says, is there any timeline where USA is better because of Trump? And what is happening in those timelines?
Well, perhaps 100 years from now, they will have learned how not to be like him. That is a good thing.
Okay. All right. All right.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you have another question? Did you have more or no?
No. Well, Sarah also asked if Enki is good.
Who?
Enki. Enki and Enlil.
Oh, yes.
Inky.
Oh, Inky. Well, like
Inky is good. Enlil is questionable. Enlil caused a lot of problems. Enki did better things. They're just people from another race of people, and they do good and bad things. But I liked Enki much better than Enlil. Enlil caused the flood.
Okay. Thank you very much. At this time, I'm all set here.
All right, very good.
Okay, Grendel. Well, thank you. I don't even like you to leave, but
I know.
Oh, there's others that are waiting. So
I was going to say,
gave
just say
my
some more
spiel.
stuff.
Yeah.
Say some more stuff. All right.
I'm sorry it sort of was negative stuff, but
No, it needs to be said.
it needs, well, yeah, sort of, yeah. All right, much love.
Much love, Grendel.
All right. Greetings, this is Ish.
Greetings.
It has been a
Welcome,
while
Ish.
since I have visited this group.
Yes. Did we
How are
see you on the retreat? I can't remember. Did we see you last August or not?
Yes, we did. Usually.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Seems like just yesterday. So, but it seems like too long ago as well.
Well, I've not been on the webinar for a long time.
Long time. Yeah. Welcome. Who is it
Thank
that
you.
requested Ish? Or do you have anything you'd like to share with us before we take some questions?
Well, I'd like to move away from politics.
Okay.
I'd
What
like
would you like to move to?
spiritual realm, yes. I'd like to move into each and every one of your beautiful lives and say that there's been much growth in this community, and there's much death in this community as well. There's those that have become disenchanted, but there are those that are growing and still growing. I want you to be just encouraged to move forward, to do all the things that you need to do. You have missions, you have thought processes that must be encouraged and not discouraged. This is a world where discouragement is an everyday thing. People are falling away from spirituality because they do not believe that the churches are telling the truth, for one thing. They don't believe that people are telling the truth. They don't believe in each other anymore. But I want them to be believing in each other in a way that they never have before. I want them to love each other the way they never have before. I want them to grow like they've never have before. And I want to see you all learning new things. If you are on a plateau and not learning, not doing, not experiencing anything, you must start to experience new things. You must start to move forward. You must start to embrace the future because, of course, you must live in the now. Now is where you're living. But you have to look at the future and see something bright. You have to look at the future and see something worth living. And so, therefore, embrace the future as now. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I think that you need to do that. And that was all I wanted to say to start.
Well, then we will go to some questions because Adriana requested you and she would love to ask you a question.
Greetings.
Greetings, Ish. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I was hoping you could talk about what we can do to become ascended masters ourselves.
Each person can be an ascended master but what you must do is get rid of all the superficial stuff. If you are looking to become a super master or whatever, you must humble yourself and be the lowliest of servants first. The way to become a master is first understand the servant. You must know what it is like to serve, what it is like to be in the lowliest places, what it is like to be like others that are in lowly places. You cannot rise to greatness in spiritual realms without knowing that servitude. You must understand that there are many things to do, prayers and much time given to God in order for you to become what you want to be. But the thing is, you can never be promised that elusive position. You can never be promised that you will become a master. Because why? Because if you are promised that, then you will not try for it. If you are promised that, you will not give your all to become it. If you are promised that, you will not realize all that is to work for, that they have to sacrifice to become what is necessary to become a higher being. And once you become an ascended master or a master of anything, your humility will not even recognize that you have become it. You will not even recognize that you have become it. Because your forethought, your thoughts will be about serving those around you with the great power that you have received. You will want to help each and every one and bring up as many as possible into the world and let them see the beauty of what is there. You will not care about being an ascended person or a master or a whatever. You will care about the people. You will care about those around you. You will care about giving. You will care about compassion and love, mercy, grace. That is how you become great, is become low.
Thank you very much, Ish. That very much speaks to Quan Yin's stories in life as well. The whole, yeah. Thank you. That was wonderful. I'll pass the mic.
Thank you. Did anyone else have a question for Ish or no? in our room because I didn't see. Angie, are there any questions in the chat? If not, I have a question.
I'm going to take a look, but Ish, could you, for those that really don't know who you are, can you just like tell them who you are, where you've been? Like
I
when.
am a reptilian kind of figure. I am in the spiritual realm, and I want to help people in the spiritual realm. I am draconian. A lot of people fear draconians, but I am not to be feared. I am someone that wants to help those around me and in all different realms of beingness. And so I have been called an ascended master, but like I said, you must be lowly. You must not think of yourself in high places. You must want to help others. You must want to be giving to the world and to the universe. So if you do not refer to me as ascended master, that is fine. I am just Ish.
Thank you. One of the questions says from Tay Battle says, can you tell us about the Saucerian reptilian species? Do you know anything about that species?
I know about many different species. The Saucerian reptilian,
Saucerian.
well, they've been called many things. Saucerian reptilian species is they have their good parts and their bad parts. There are some benevolent parts to the Saucerian reptilian species, and there are some negative parts to it, but they are distant. They are from a distant realm. And they are actually, I know of a couple of them that are very good and very kind and are doing well, but they do not come to this area very often. If they are communicating with you, that is rare. So that is rare that they would be communicating with you because not many humans know about them.
Thank you. Do you know where they reside and what's their purpose for making hybrids on Earth?
They reside on Andromeda 4 because there's 12 Andromedas. Andromeda 4, which is pretty far out, but they are more to themselves. Their hybridization program is just beginning.
Excuse me, can you be quiet? It's like 10 o'clock. You're yelling up at people are sleeping and you're yelling up and down the stairs. Seriously, this is an ashram, not a hotel. Okay? So sorry, everyone. So sorry.
Okay.
What was that?
Noise at the ashram.
Yes.
People yelling up and down the stairs, like very loud. Sorry about that.
Well, what was I saying?
You were talking about with their purpose of making hybrids on Earth.
Oh, it's a new program. They see that hybridization programs around the universe have been very successful and bringing forth a new breed of beingness that is higher and more intelligent, less infectious, things of that nature. And so they're giving it a go at this point. But their program is new. And so they are working in a new dimension, fourth dimension, with hybrids on Earth, but they are studying humans to be potential hybrid candidates. They haven't really done it yet, I don't think. If they have, I'm not aware of it.
Thank you for that. Is greed inherent to just humans? Is it to tempt us and have us fall to test for us humans?
What was the question?
Is greed inherent to humans? Is like temptations and
Oh,
fall? Is it
It-
there to test us?
Greed is there to test you, of course, yes.
Okay. Gary's, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Greed, all kinds of malice and negativity are there to test you. Not just greed, but many other things.
Sure, I understand that. Thank you. All right. Rosangela hasn't asked her a question. Les, so happy to, I am now ready to work with you if this is something still in my life journey and my highest good, for Rosangela Cap.
Yes, we can work together. There is no problem. I can see that you are working in a very positive way. What was Gary's question?
Gary's question is, what words of wisdom and truth do we explain to fundamental, I mean, I don't really want to say it like this, but fundamental Bible thumpers who possess ETs and fallen angels and are false gods deceiving us against Jesus?
Well, that's a good question. You see, because there is so many different beliefs out there. There are those Bible thumpers, as you call them, that are deceived. But there are some Bible thumpers that are actually good. And they know who Jesus is, and they know how to keep him in keep him with them and keep in his good graces and know how to act. However, in all cases, people are seeing very limited versions of Jesus. Jesus is a very powerful, all-powerful being. And in many cases, people do not see that. They just see him as something that they have to follow, otherwise they go to hell. Or something that they have to believe in, or else they're not gonna make it. And a lot of them are deceived. A lot of them don't understand what Jesus is all about. He's about salvation. He's about goodness, compassion, healing. He's about all the good traits that God has, not just what the Bible, not just what I should say, what the church has to say, because the church does not preach all the time the trueness of the Bible, because the Bible has been changed many times. If you are a true preacher of God, you will look and know what is the truth and what is not.
Thank you so much for those words. Thank you, Gary, for that question. Um, he's saying that, Gary says that all Bible thumpers see ETs as evil. Basically, that's.
Oh, well, not all Bible thumpers. Some of you right here believe in the Bible and read it, and you believe in ETs. But if you're going in a church setting, of course, ETs are not a positive thing. They're taught to be demonic,
Right.
but they are not.
Thank you. I do have more questions, Krishna Priya, but if you'd like, there is questions in the room too.
Okay, I don't see anybody in the chat that's got their hand up.
Susan has
Okay,
a question. Yep.
Great. Go ahead, Susan.
Okay. I believe, Ish, that you work with the weather patterns over North America to help stabilize them. Is that correct?
Sometimes, yes. I
Sometimes.
work with Gert Nier with that.
Yes, yes. And I'm just wondering if you have any updates that you could share about how that's going, I guess, how the weather has been stabilized, or what we can expect for like natural occurrences like earthquakes,
Well,
hurricanes, etc., like this year, next year, or anything that you could share about that.
the weather cycles are very unpredictable right now because, for one thing, okay, let me explain that the jet stream is gone a little crazy because the axis is off. The magnetic field is off, and so weather is off. And it is because the weather is off, the waters are warmer, hurricanes are stronger, tornadoes are stronger. There's more water in the atmosphere because the melting of the caps. And so you're going to have more rain, you're going to have more severe weather. And so it is not something that we can just turn around. It's not something that can be stopped. It is something that is becoming more natural because the axis is off, the balance is off on the whole planet. So earthquakes will be greater because the axis is off as well. The volcanic eruptions will be greater as well because the Earth is in a compression state, which means that it is starting to contract a little bit. And as it contracts, that means that molten lava gets closer to the Earth's surface. And so there is not much we can do with the planet contracting a little bit. It's just going to bring about greater volcanic and earthquake energies. So it is that you are in a disastrous time for weather. So this weather, you see weather being a problem everywhere in the world right now. And as you go to the future, it is not going to stop. One good thing is that the sun's grand solar maximum will end by at least late July. And so you will not be under the threat of a great deal of solar problems, ejections, at least not as badly as you were. There still will be some because it's not completely over by then, but that will be beyond the midpoint and starting downwards, if you know what I'm saying. So it is that is some good news, but the gravity of the sun still will be affecting the Earth and the planets in the solar system as it always has. But the weather will be very much worse, I believe.
Hey, Radha wants me to ask a question about the whales that are gathering in northern Africa or off the coast, I'm assuming, or other animals that are having unusual behavior, I suppose, is what she's.
There are many different sea animals having unusual behavior. There are some fish that are swimming in circles. There are some dolphins that are having problems as well, and some whales that are off course. You see, the animals of the ocean use the polar caps as guidance mechanisms. And with the polar caps being off and melting and being in a disarray, it's going to throw off the sea life because the polar caps are melting and the magnetic field is changed. The axis is off, and so they're having problems with guidance systems because that is what they use for their guidance systems. But also the waters are getting warmer. The warmer the waters, the greater the hurricanes and tornadoes will be because you're going to have more moisture in the atmosphere.
Okay, thank you for your insights about that. I'll let you go on to any other questions in this.
Okay. Angie, was there any questions in the chat? Not.
Yes, there was a couple.
Okay.
All right. What would be your response to get fundamental Christians to understand many ETs are loving beyond their understanding and not fallen? I was raised in a lovely church family and appreciate the Bible.
I believe what you need to do is this. You need to sit and say, I have understanding of who the aliens are and who do you think they are? And have them tell you who they think they are and then say, why do you think they are? And if they say they were taught that, you can tell them that that is not true. I know that the Bible does not even mention aliens, but I can tell you many stories in the Bible that are about aliens. Ezekiel's wheels are about aliens. Are those negative beings? No, they considered them angels at the time. If you build what Ezekiel made for um, a temple, what is that temple look like? It is a landing base for a flying saucer. That's what the temple looks like. All right, if you listen to other portions of the Bible and build some of those things that they asked you that are in there, you will see that they are not just human devices. They are made from alien constructs, from alien thought processes. Where did the ark come from? They say God made the ark. Where did all those measurements come from? They're all very alien. God had the aliens tell the humans how to build it, basically. And he used the Bible to do so. And because God said, I don't know the measurements of this planet, I don't know all the things. I created it just like you can create computers, but you can't understand everything that computers understand. But he gave that information to others so that they could give it to the world so that they could have it. The size of the ark that Noah built was unbelievably huge. Not anything that mankind could have built. And so who helped Noah build this incredibly unbelievably huge ark that holds all kinds of animals. So yes, there are many things that are in question about the past. Who built Machu Picchu? Who built the pyramids? Who built Stonehenge? Who built Göbekli Tepe? Who built Pumapunka? These questions should be part of Christian understanding, because if they would look into it and study it, they would see that these are not things made from humans. And you must start to point that out, that humans did not build everything that is here on this planet. Who built Abu Simbel? That's absolutely enormous amount of rock that was pushed up against the side of a mountain and then carved out. Who did that? Not man.
Thank you for that. The next question is, can you tell us about the meeting of Ascended Masters at WESAC that is happening on May 12th and the wave of high frequency emerald energy? And will it cause positive changes to humanity?
There is a meeting. And the emerald energy is good and positive, but it will not change humanity immediately. That is not something that will happen. It's not going to be like a wash of energy. Many believe that there are so many things out there that's just going to change the world immediately. It's not going to happen that way. The world will only be changed by God and his movement to change it. And he has not done so yet. But these energies are positive and will give energy to the positive people of the planet. It will not change the way of the world. It will not change politics and the things of that nature, but it will be a good energy that comes. And the ascended masters that are meeting are meeting for many reasons other than just this planet. They're meeting for the survival of the entire universe.
Thank you for that. Do you know what the sun and all the planet align to in the local space neighborhood? Because not just Earth is going in a phase of switching poles. All other planets doing it too?
There are other planets that are doing it too. And the reasons for that is, well, they have done it. I don't know if any of them are doing it right now, but what it is the sun reaches a certain gravitational pull on each planet where it pulls the planet to change axis. They go around the sun so many times, and it is that the gravitational pull on from the sun can have that effect on a planet. It can change its axis. So that pull happens to other planets such as Mercury and Venus. I'm not sure about Mars or their beyond. I have really not watched the interaction of your sun with all the planets of this galaxy, with this solar system. But I can see that with some of the planets, it does do that. And it is a natural occurrence. But your planet is being held back from this switch because every several 100,000 years, the planets switch axis, and that means a new beginning. It starts everything over again because what happens is that things are destroyed in that movement, that switch. It happens rather suddenly, and the wind that occurs and the weather that occurs during that switch is not bearable to many locations. And there's a lot of earthquakes, there's a lot of other things happening at the same time, and it's just it takes out a lot of the life that is there. Not completely, because there will still be some left behind, some animal remnants that will be left behind, because at the edges of the turn, where the axis is turning, will have a less effect because the turn is pretty quickly. And those areas at the edge where the turn is happening, that is just going to, that doesn't affect those areas as badly.
Thank you. Here's a very good question that has also crossed my mind. With all the, I know you don't want to, I know you don't want to talk politics, and this isn't a political question, but because of everything that is happening in the United States right now, the question is, will there be a supply chain problem? Would it be good to stock up a bit? What things? Will there be another lockdown? Because of what is being affected. Yes, we see that our planet, our country wants to do everything inside the country, but there are things that are outside of the country that we will not be able to get.
Many things are manufactured outside of the country, correct. And yes, the tariffs will take care of making those items more expensive. And let's take, for example, a Nintendo game. How many parts of a Nintendo game are built in the United States? Or how many parts are from the United States? The answer is 0. How many parts of a car are coming from outside of the United States? The answer is several. You cannot build a car with all the parts that are just here. You would have to build manufacturing companies to make the parts for the cars in the United States to have cars built totally from the United States. Or anything built totally in the United States has parts that must be gotten from other parts of the world because that's the way that it is. And so if you put tariffs on all these other different countries, and if you put tariffs on all these different things, then you're going to pay more for everything. And yes, I would, some people want to stock up. You will survive. He will see the error of his way, maybe. We'll see.
Thank you.
But right now, there are no tariffs, I don't think, in effect.
There's a 10% tariff on everything, and then several countries have much higher tariffs.
Yes.
Is there already? Because I thought he's disbanded that for now.
Some places, but not everywhere.
Oh, I see. Very well.
Thank you. Anna, Anantha has a question. It's kind of a personal one, but she says, I was told I was an alien at Machu Picchu. What was my name and what star constellation was I from?
Well, you were from Lumeria. You were from a far off constellation, but you are a Lumerian. And yes, you were at Mount Shasta and have lived a life inside of the mountain.
Machu Picchu. That's what her question was. An alien at Machu Picchu.
Oh, Machu Picchu.
Yes.
I thought she's still Lumerian. I see that. I was thinking Lumerian. That brings me to Mount Shasta. But Lumerian, yes, you are still Lumerian. And one moment.
Anantha is her name.
What was she wants to know her name back then?
She said, I was told I was an alien at Machu Picchu. What was my name and what star constellation was I from?
Your name was Githandra. Githandra. That's what I'm being told. And yes, you were still Lumerian. I see that by just looking at you. You were Lumerian. But you were not part of the regular systems of Machu Picchu. There was not a lot of Lumerians in Machu Picchu, but you were a Lumerian and you were there. You resided in the Temple of the Sun.
Thank you for that. It's getting close, so I have one last question, and this is a great one. It's from Swazi. Is overall energy of the earth leading to ascension, or the earth will, or the earth split? Lots of love to you, Ish.
It can be leading to either. Remember this. That's what is happening is also natural and above natural. But even above natural is still natural. God's control on this planet is above natural, but it's still his way of being natural. And so, yes, there are many different forces on this planet moving the planet along. And so you will see both forces in activity. And it will be evident that both forces are in activity as time goes on. Eventually, this planet will either stop being or it will continue. But I believe it will continue because I believe God's influence will take care of that.
Thank you so much. I do just have one last question from Mr. M. He says, hi, why do I have these urging affinity towards Sirius star?
Because that's where you're from. You're from Sirius. You're a very highly intellectual being with high morals and standards. And so that is where you're from.
Thank you so much for that. That is all the questions I have in YouTube.
Very good.
Would it be possible if you gave us a blessing on the way out? Because that would be fantastic. And then Angie could come in with her beautiful announcements. That would be the best way
Very
to
well.
go.
One moment, please. Tunga di Akasha. Moa Eku. Isavuriema Anzukoi. Ayazi. Shanjiria Wakakase. No question, Jehutia, Katie Tivravlata. Wanda soso. Hototiata Atubisi. Chico quate a order menino pota. Rivrivra. Ivrivriato hushovrevuto. Rivrivriato shovniti siena nada alato. Wa che shiki tuetiumbriobra. May God bless you all and bring you into the understanding that He is the God all-powerful and that He is watching over you and that He is the one that is made to be with you at all times. Depend on Him and not on others. If you depend on others, make sure that they are depending on Him. Your life is important. Your love is important. This realm cannot survive without you moving forward, without your love, without your understanding, and without your making it a better place. Reach out to those beyond what you know, because they are the ones that need the help the most. Love the world, even in its darkness. Love it with God's love and bring light to it. Hello? Hello?
Okay, I couldn't unmute there. So
Greetings.
sorry. Sorry. Just everyone, it's okay. Angie, can you go ahead and give our announcements?
Thank you so
very
much.
much. Yes.
Thank you so much. I tried to unpin him, but I cannot, but that's okay. So thank you, Jim, for a beautiful channeling today. Our next Saturday, May 10th, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., Galactic Energy Healing student class. If you're interested in learning a galactic healing modality, send an email to classes@hucolo.org. I will be the instructor on that. Cost is $150. It's from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Manual, book, handouts, all of that will come with the class. Again, if you're interested in that, it's next Saturday after the webinar, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The second announcement is that if you are a client of Jim's or if you are in contact with Jim, in regards to his website is up and running. If you could please, if you are interested in a session, please go through the website, jim-charles.com, to schedule a session. Skype officially Monday will not be working anymore. Jim is setting up Google Meet. And so we are now in the process of getting that completely finalized today or tomorrow. So starting next week, everything is in place for all sessions to be done on Google Meet. If you do sessions other than Skype, those sessions are still available. Like if you do WhatsApp or if you do phone sessions and things like that, those are still available, but this is just for those that want the recording through Google Meet. This will begin to take place on Monday. So Jim, to schedule a session, go to his website, jim-charles.com. We are also in the process of, with Google Meet, setting up a email associated with the account. And I'm hoping to have that finalized today. When we do next week's session, we will, I'll make sure I mention it then, but I am also going to be sending out a mass email to all of Jim's clients. Hopefully I will get them all. If you don't receive anything, jimreiki@gmail.com will still be workable and you can still send him information there. But it will be much harder because we're transitioning to this new, the website and the new Gmail address. Jim, is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
No, just that we're not going to Microsoft Teams.
Right.
Because Teams will shut off exactly after an hour,
Right.
and we don't want that. So, that's why we're going to Microsoft
Google Meet.
Google Meet.
So, like I said, we're in the process of getting that finalized and set up today. So,
All right,
Great.
very good.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. And thank you for the tag team hosting today for
yes.
yeah. All right, Jim, thank you for beautiful sessions and all the beings that came through. Wonderful information. So,
Good.
Who's on next week?
We will discuss that later.
Why? I love that.
It's
Love
a surprise.
discussions like that.
It's a surprise.
Listen, it's gonna be a surprise Saturday.
Yeah, surprise Saturday. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. Much love to you, and thank you, everyone. Angie, you're gonna have to
Yes.
end the thing. So, much love to everyone in YouTube and in the room, and thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, everybody. Much love.
Much love.
I don't know how to turn it off. Because I go up to click it and it just says the content is already being sent to YouTube. So I don't know how to end it. So we'll
At the
just
top, there should be like a button that looks like an old cassette player with the two lines, and you just push that. Thank you, Wendy. Do you see it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. So we will just have to end the webinar because I don't know how to do it.
Okay. Let me wait. Well, I can't do it.
Yeah.
From here. We started it. At the top of your screen on the right side at the top.
Yes.
Do you see a thing that says that we're online?
Yes, I've clicked on that. The only thing it says is host, this content of this meeting is being sent to YouTube. That's all I have.
Okay. 1 second. Hi, everyone. I don't know if anybody's still watching in YouTube land, but let me
Sure
see
they all are. Just watching technology. We love it.
We love it. But you started the thing, so you
I
should
did.
do
But I can't. So
well, we'll just go on forever then. But if we just end it all together, then
yes, that's what I'm saying. We'll just end the meeting.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Much love to you, and we will see you next week. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.